Good afternoon, students. Nice to meet you again on the next meeting of the intensive course listening for ICA, especially for the subject of first semester, for the first semester students of the English Education Study Program of of the Faculty of Languages and Communication Science, Sultan Agung Islamic University of Semarang. Okay, this is the third meeting of us, and then we are going to listen again. The practice is on listening because you are still on the first semester, so you are going to listen for the entertaining listening. Last week meeting we finished to listen and practice about the short conversation in the daily activities conversation, and then you have to ask and questions and also finding the topic of the conversation. Then after you did it well for the last meeting, for today's meeting we have different material. For the third meeting right now, we are going to listen for a kind of a story. So we call it as the story time. Okay, what we are going to learn for today's meeting. Take a look at my slide, pay attention and listen to my explanation, and you are going to do the exercises again at the end of my explanation. Check it out. Okay, students, as I said to you before, that this is a story time. So you are going to listen about such kind of story. There are so many kinds of story in English. This is for the entertaining story. So this is the practice of listening, on the intensive course subject for the first semester students. We are now on the meeting 3. Now, the next one. The objective of the study, so after you learn this IC listening, after the student finish learning on this meeting, student will be able to, 1, you can identify the purpose of the story, the goal of the story. What is the goal of the story? And then secondly, you have to comprehend the content of the story, by answering the questions in WH, H, and yes/no questions. So Bu Eka's position here will deliver to you about some questions related to the story that I gave you. And then the third here, after you finish this lesson, you have to rewrite or retell. But Eka will choose on rewrite. So how you have to rewrite by your own words about what was the story about. Okay, then what are you going to do? For the practice and also for the exercise. Now we are going to take a look for the next slide. Okay, we have to know about the story first. The story here, when you were still in junior high school and senior high school, you were familiar with the word narrative genre. So we are going to focus to learn of the genre on narrative genre. In a narrative story, we have so many kind of story, such as the legend, a fable, a folktale, and also a fairy tale. So what are they about? So we are going to know about the definition and also the meaning of each of them. Are they similar or are they different? Okay, we are going to take a look. So, what are their meanings? Now we come to the first, that is about legend. What is legend? Legend is a story about human events or action that has not been proved nor documented in a real history. And this one, that is almost the same with a folktale. Folktale here, almost the same with a legend. Yeah, that also about human events and also action that has not been proved nor documented in a real history. This is a kind of folktale and legend. And how about the fables? A fable is a story that features animals, plants, or forces of nature which are anthropomorphized. Given human qualities, a fable always ends with a moral. This is the lesson that is intended to be learned through reading the story. But it is not about reading the story, but also while you are listening to the story. So, a fable sometimes at the end of the story, the story will, what is it, propose or will give you a moral value at the end of the story. So you have to catch about the moral from the story. And also about a fairy tale. A fairy tale here is almost the same with a fable, but a fairy tale is a story often intended for children. Yeah, so this is mostly the story, yeah, which is often intended for children, which is for children especially, that the feature fanciful, wondrous characters such as elves, goblins, wizards, yeah, and even but not necessarily varies. Okay, like in Indonesia, we have the story of fairies like what is that? Yeah, but in English we also find about Cinderella. This is also talks about the fairies. Yeah, so this is a fairy tale too. And then in Indonesia we have that, yeah, the story of fairies. Yeah, so we can find that, yeah, from Indonesia, but mostly still from the English story about the fairy tale. Yeah. Okay, now this is about fable and fairy tale. Both of them, yeah, while at the end of the story, yeah, they propose such kind of moral. So you will get the moral value here that you can learn, yeah, what should you do, yeah, what you shouldn't do, yeah, especially this one for the children and also for the adults too. It can be for the adults, yeah. This is about fable and also a fairy tale. Now take a look to the next one. Okay, we are going to practice by using the audio of a fairy tale. Pueka will give you the audio of one story of a fairy tale, yeah, and then you are going to listen and then practice. What should you do in a practice? Yeah, we have so many practices for you in listening comprehension. So you are going to understand more about the story after you are trying to do the practice. So what kinds of practice that you are going to learn and you are going to do next? This one. There are two practices that you are going to do in this lesson, in this time. The first practice is about the missing words practice. What does it mean? Here, the examiner or Hueka will deliver such kind of a text from the story, and then I try to hide the words, yeah. I make the words missing from the story, and then you have to find what word is it. Okay, so you have to catch the words which is missing on the story. Not only for one word that is missing, but there are many words that I will hide from the story. So you have to catch it, you have to find out, yeah, while you are listening to the audio. And then we come to the second exercises. What should you do on the second exercises? That is about comprehension, of course. So you have to understand about the content of the story, which are related to the questions that I deliver to you. So while you are listening to the audio of the story, Ueka will deliver some questions in WH question, in S questions, or in yes, no questions. So you can understand more about the story. Then you are going to rewrite about the story by answering the question by your own words. Yeah. So don't cheat to the other students' work. So you have to do individually. You try to understand individually and then answer the comprehension individually, because I will check that for the answer. Continue now. This is about the first exercises, about the missing words exercises. What are you going to do then? Of course, you are going to listen to the audio, and then there are 15 words missing based on the story. So you have to find 15 of them, yeah, which has relation to the story that you are listening. So you can listen for once if you can catch all, and then if still you haven't catch all, yeah, still 5 maybe, you can listen again for twice. So the maximum the maximum activities to do the listening, the maximum will be 3 times. Don't be more than 3 times. Yeah, just try in 3 times. Yeah, and then you are going to listen, and you are going to do on the first slide here will be 10, and on the second slide will be 5. So all of them, based on the story, you have to find 15 words. Then, after you catch all of 15 words here, based on the story, you are going to rewrite. So, please write again. You have to write the 15 words which are missing here on the comment of the YouTube's video. After you finish from my explanation, after this explanation has finished, and then you listen to the audio, Ueka will play twice only for the audio. After I play twice for the audio, then you have to find the 10 here, the 10 words on the first slide, and then on the second slide will be 5 words. So there are all 15 words that you have to write on the comment of the YouTube's video. Okay, so the comment will be the answer. It's not about another sentences. I hope that you can understand well without this explanation. Be careful. Okay, and how about, yeah, before we come to the second exercises, Bueka will play the audio first for twice to catch the 15 words missing on the first exercises. Okay, now it's time for you to listen.
The Lazy Girl and the Diligent Girl. There was a house in a faraway village. A house where lived a husband and a wife. Both of them had one daughter each from their previous marriage. The wife loved her daughter a lot. She gave her new clothes to wear and never asked her to do any work. Her daughter thus became very lazy. She would sit around all day doing nothing but admiring herself. On the other hand, the wife treated her stepdaughter very poorly.
Why are you sitting here? Get up and clean the house.
But Mother, I cleaned the house just this morning.
Don't argue with me. Just do as I say.
Yes, Mother.
The wife would make her do all the work, and yet the girl never complained. She would do the same work over and over again and never get tired. Her father watched it all. His heart ached for his daughter, but he could not do anything. Over time, he had become too weak and stayed unwell. My sweet daughter, I am so sorry. I can't give you anything.
No, Father, don't be sorry. You loved and cared for me all my life. It's my turn now to take care of you. I will work and earn a lot of money. This is a difficult time for us. It will be over soon.
The wife was quietly listening to all of this.
Why didn't I think of it? I should send her out and make her work with a wealthy family. I will send her away to earn money, and whatever she earns will be mine. Me and my daughter will then have the life I always wanted. You are right. Your father stays ill a lot, you know, and then there are other expenses. Why don't you go out and work with a wealthy family? You could be a good servant.
How dare you?
We come to the second exercises now. That is about comprehension exercises. What are you going to do on the comprehension exercises? There are 10 questions that I will deliver to you, and then you have to understand the questions first, and then you have to listen and find out the answers from the audio at the 10 questions here. So before we come to the next audio, Eka will read the questions all, and then we are going to try to understand what should you write on the answer. Okay, the first question. Where was the house of a husband and a wife? When the question is about where, so the answer will be only a name of a place, because the question is where. Okay, and then for number 2, what was the lazy girl doing all day? What? For the question what, in Bahasa Indonesia we cannot say apakah, but what here in Bahasa the question is apa. So the answers will be one sentence, or one subject, or one predicate, or one object. So if the second question here asking about was doing, so the answer will be subject and then verb A. So you have to find the answer here from the audio. And then the third question, that is about how did the wife treat her stepdaughter? Okay, when the question is about how, this is the questions of the process. So in answering the question, you have to write about the process of treating the stepdaughter. Okay, and then we come to number 4. Number 4, what could the father do to his lovely daughter? What could do? So if we talk about what could do, your answer will be in the father blah 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 do. So what is the changes of the word do here? So you have to find, yeah, another verbs, another predicates which is suitable with this question. Okay, and then for number 5, why did the father say sorry to her daughter? Say sorry. Why? If we talk about questions why, when we discuss about questions why, of course your answer will write about the reason. So your answer will involve the word because. Okay, so why? The answer will be because. Okay, now we come to the next question. The question for number 6. What did the father's daughter say then? Yeah, so what did he say? So you have to put the answer for one statement that her father's saying. Okay, one statement, full statement about his father's words. And now we come to number 7. What did the daughters want to do? So the answer will be the object. The questions are still what? Yeah. All of the questions from number 6 up to number 10 will be all what, but the what here will be different answers. So you have to understand and comprehend about the questions of what here, because the answer will be different. Yeah, not the same answer. Okay, so this is for number 7. So want to do. So it means you have to find activities, you have to find verbs, you have to find predicates, yeah, for answering number 7. And how about for number 8? The number 8 here, the question, what did her stepmother think then? This is about the object that the stepmother is thinking about or was thinking about. So what was she thinking? Okay, this is about question number 8, yeah. And number 9, what did the stepmother want from her stepdaughter? What did she want? It means, yeah, here the answer will be the object that the stepmothers wanted from her stepdaughter. Okay, and then question number 10, for the last question, what could a stepdaughter do to get a lot of money? What could do? So if the question in do, you have to find the verb, the activities, the predicate, yeah, or a kinds of job that the stepdaughter do. The stepdaughter do. Okay, this is about the 10 questions in comprehension question in listening, and then you have to listen from the audio again. From the missing words exercises, you have listened to the audio twice, and then you may listen again on the comprehension exercises for twice more. Okay, because this is different exercises. Okay, for doing another exercises, yeah, For this kind of exercises, for comprehension, you have to upload it on Google Classroom link that I gave you on the description of this video from this channel. So you have to take a look. There are 3 links on the description of this video. The first link will be the audio and also the next comprehension exercises about this story. And then the second link is about your attendance list. Yeah, and you have to click the link to prove that you are learning today, that you attend on this meeting today. Okay, and then for the third link, that is about the way you upload the assignment, yeah, especially the answer for the comprehension exercises. There are 10 questions about the audio on my slides, on my explanation here, but on the downloading link 1 for the first link, there are 10 more, yeah, 10 more exercises. So all of the questions on the comprehension exercises will be 20 while you are listening to the story. Okay, this one. This is what I can explain to you about the listening practice of meeting 3. So you just learning about the fairy tale story, yeah, based on the audio, and also doing the practice of 1. The missing words practice. Secondly, the comprehensions practice to make you more understand about the story. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, this is the end of my explanation. And if you have still got any questions about my explanation, you may ask me on WA group. Don't be shy to ask me. You may ask me anything related to this lesson because the WA group is also the media of our studying. So I will try to give you a response, yeah, and then check about the time and also the condition that you are asking to me, so I can share the answer and also the response. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and happy weekends. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.